It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you. It is Friday. Here we are at the weekend. Don't look now, but it's Friday the 13th. I think that'll may affect some folks. Not us.
Hey,
though, right?
my niece might have a baby today on Friday the 13th. How about
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
I
don't know.
mean, she's laboring. I don't know. So, I mean,
We'll see.
I don't know how. I guess some people labor for like 24 hours, but I never did. So I don't have any clue what she'll
Friday
do.
the
But,
13th. I guess you don't have to tell people that you were born on Friday the 13th, just the 13th.
well, I don't know that it would bother. I feel indifferent about it.
Okay.
I don't feel strongly about it.
At any rate, we're doing news.
We are doing news, and this is just a crazy story that we begin with. 29-year-old Travis Timmerman was apparently held captive in Syria for 7 months. I know you don't know him, but you're about to, because he's been on national news now. He is originally from Hickory County. He'd gone on an overseas trip, what he called a Christian pilgrimage, and he was last known to be in Budapest, Hungary in June of 2024. The family filed a missing persons report because they'd been out of contact with him. And apparently he had been picked up and thrown into a Syrian prison. Authorities say he was among thousands of people who were just released from those prisons after rebels reached Damascus, overthrowing the president Bashar Assad. Can you even imagine what kind of a crazy story
Yeah.
he will have to tell? By the way, he said
like
on national television that his captors treated him fairly, kindly. I mean, not like well, but he was fed and watered and said he was not physically beaten.
Okay. Well, that's more than I would have guessed from Syria, but
It's just unbelievable
good for him. Yeah, that's a
All
wild
right.
story. I hope we get a chance to hear the whole story at some point.
I know. Yes. Out with the old and in with the new at Missouri State University. One building will be torn down to make room for another building in its place. A demolition ceremony is taking place on Monday at 2 for the Judith Inyart Reynolds Performing Arts Complex. It's going to be a whole complex. MSU plans to remove the art annex, an aging World War II era building, and replace it with a space that offers a lot more room for all things performing arts. It's going to be a multi-million-dollar renovation.
And I think what they're tearing down is right next to the stadium, right? Plaster Stadium?
Yes, it is close to that. Yep.
Okay. Well, it'll be nice when they get it taken care of. But it's interesting they're having a demolition ceremony. So it's I guess they're paying respect to the building because
it's a World War II era building.
Yeah,
I think in fact it was like built somewhere like significant and they like moved it to campus. So yeah.
So it's a storied building. They want to give it a send off.
That's a good use of that adjective.
Which one?
Storied.
Storied. Yeah. Okay. We got stories. The first two stories. Let's see what we do with this one. Missouri. This could be a good story for you because Sarah and I have both lived in states without income taxes, and it was pretty nice. I'll be honest.
Go Texas.
And
where were you? Florida,
Nevada, and Florida.
Oh, Nevada, Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a rude awakening when I moved to Michigan for a number of reasons that I won't get into here. But anyway, Missouri may follow the lead of several other states and get rid of the state income tax. Republican senators, 6 of them, have pre-filed bills that would implement a 4% flat tax initially, and then eventually eliminate the state income tax. Governor-elect Mike Kehoe has pledged to eliminate the state's income tax. That was one of the things he ran on, but it's a big undertaking. But if you have people in both houses of the legislature for it, it just might happen. So stay tuned there. Springfield drivers, heads up. Construction on Republic Road east of Kansas Expressway is over. Crews were doing work on the bridge there that runs over James River Expressway. You see the work that they're doing on top and on bottom. They repaved it and installed new barriers. Workers are still finishing up some minor things over the next few weeks, but the major road construction there is over. So, man, 60 is really shaping up as you drive on that side of town. You can go at a pretty good clip now, which is nice. This is wild because in the St. Louis area and over on the eastern part of Missouri, they're having some earthquakes. The Bootheel, 10 small earthquakes there, magnitudes ranging from 1.8 to 3.0. That's not the issue. The issue is that they're happening. There's a swarm of them, if you will. Activity actually leads more people to the New Madrid, Missouri, an area with that fault line that is, they say, a ticking time bomb. Those who live and work in the area say it's not that uncommon. Just a reminder of how active that area in that fault line is, should there ever be a big one. And man, I grew up in the St. Louis area, and they were always talking about the New Madrid fault and getting ready for the big one because it's coming at some point. The last time there was a big one, and there were several big ones, 1811 and 1812. There were a series of earthquakes. The initial one was maybe an 8.2 on the Richter.
Wow.
Never even heard of such a thing. Followed by a 7.4. I mean, it's felt all the way in New York. And when you think about that, an earthquake in St. Louis that's felt in New York, that's heavy duty. So
yeah, that's really wild.
And we've done lots of stories when we were back on KY3. We did stories about how Springfield is a safe zone for people following the earthquake. So
yeah,
a lot of help for the earthquake area will come from Springfield.
It's incredible. Okay. Now to this. Patients and their families at Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City got to meet and hear Taylor Swift sing yesterday.
Oh.
She is in town. It is her 35th birthday today, so she's spending time with her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, and went to the hospital to sing to some of the kids who are there and their families. It's pretty cool.
Well, that's nice of her.
Yeah, that would be so cool to be able to, especially when you're there and you're down in the dumps, to get a special visit. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And today is Tay-Tay's 35th birthday? Is that what you said? 35?
What did you say? What did you just say?
T Swift is 35 now? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Wow. I remember when she was a teenager. That seems like that happened fast. I don't know that I've accomplished as much of her in that same span of time.
Yeah. I think that goes without saying. What are you doing with your life?
Well, I ain't doing what she's doing.
We have some fun weekend events to tell you about. We finally made it to Friday. Doesn't it feel like, oh, thank you, Lord, for Friday. That's all.
Yes.
The Downtown Springfield Association is doing their trip down Gingerbread Lane tomorrow. It is at the Springfield Christmas Parade at 2:00. That starts at 2:00. It is a full day of holiday activities for the neighborhood. And it's going to be a great time. So if you want to check that out, you can look at our events calendar around theozarks.com. Check out the events tab, and you can click on Saturday's date and see all sorts of things that are happening.
There's a lot of Christmas stuff going on. Jingle's still happening in Ozark.
Jingle's still happening. Oh, the Gardens Aglow still happening. The Gingerbread House Village that we told you about at the E-Plex. I mean, truly, there's a lot going on. Santa Weekends, we told you about that yesterday, which happens on the square tonight and tomorrow night, where you can go ride the Santa and the Springfield Holiday Express. So
the lights at Findlay River Park, where we used to take the kids, you used to take them there several times a day, didn't you?
Oh man,
when they were little,
I used to put them in that stroller and I would run with them because they loved it to be outside. And will you just bundle up and go walk through the lights that everybody else was driving through?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know what? And now I have 3 kids who love the outdoors. So mission accomplished.
It worked. Yeah.
Okay. We want to congratulate our winner for the Branson Bowl.
Okay.
Are you ready for this, Ethan?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Megan from Springfield wins the Justin Ross signed jersey, along with some Branson as the official vacation destination of the Kansas City Chiefs custom gear.
Nice.
And we are so excited for Megan. Congratulations to you. Thank you so much for playing.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Deck the Halls is still going on, or Deck the Ozarks, I should say, still going on at aroundtheozarks.com. Go pick your favorite picture of the people's Christmas decor, because the winner is going to get a really cool prize: 4 annual passes to Wonders of Wildlife, plus a $100 gift card to Jim's Steakhouse.
Yep.
There is one clear winter. There's 5 pages of submissions, and you go, you look through each picture, figure out which one you like. And there is one right now that is actually, I should say 2. There are 2 right now that are like taking the cake from all the others, but those 2 are close. So it's going to come down. I think it's going to basically come down to 2 different ones.
All right. Well, they could use your vote. So go to aroundtheozarks.com, click on contests, and then vote away for the picture of your choice. Yep. And while you're doing that, we're going to take a little time off over the next couple of weeks. We have a ski trip planned in Colorado. We're looking forward to that. We love to take the kids out there. It's a favorite thing to do as a family. And the kids are still young enough that they stay with us on a ski trip. I think eventually they'll become cool teenagers and they'll take off on their own and do like black diamond moguls. And we can't do that anymore. I'm too old.
I mean, I don't care to do it on the snowboard, but you lead them there. That's what you did last year. It's fine.
Well, I know, but my point is that they stay with us right now, which is fun. So we get to spend the whole day as a family skiing together, and it's a great time. So we're going to do that. We're going to enjoy Christmas. We hope you do the same. We're going to have the news covered here, so make sure you come back and check out Around the Ozarks News, because the news will be here every day, probably except for Christmas Day. But you make your own news on Christmas Day, okay? And
that's right.
Have a great Christmas, and we'll see you right prior to the new year. I think we'll be back. So thank you so much for this year and for watching and listening. We appreciate you so much. See you.
Yes. God bless.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Command Family Medicine and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Friday. It's the weekend. It feels busy around town, though, doesn't it? With everybody out and about trying to get those last-minute Christmas preparations finished. Today, the weather is going to cooperate. If you have any running around to do, we've got temperatures above freezing this morning. That's a nice change of pace for us. We've got some cloud cover in place. And I think overall today, it is going to be a dry day. But my big headline in the forecast is that rain returns as we head into the weekend. I think it's very late tonight, though, before the showers get to us. Before it gets here, it's another mild day. High temperatures will land in the 50s today. We've got some cloud cover and a south breeze. Not too windy today, but the winds do pick up for the weekend, so it does look breezy. Strong winds gusting over 20 miles an hour expected tomorrow. Mild conditions, though, sticking around through your Friday afternoon. We've got high temperatures today. I mentioned they'll make it to the 50s this afternoon. And for Springfield proper, I think we're going at about 51 degrees under a cloudy sky. Definitely still need the coat today, but the wind's not too strong, so feeling like the 40s through the course of the afternoon, I think we can handle it. Good chance for widespread rain arrives tonight. I think that doesn't arrive until after midnight, so unless you're going to be out really, really late, it probably won't bother you on Friday. We may still hold on to some lingering showers, though, for the first part of Saturday. Second half of Saturday looks dry. So if you're making some outdoor plans for the weekend, I think it'll be easier to get out and about late in the day on Saturday when the rain chances will be gone. By Sunday, we are talking about dry conditions across the region. That's the dry day in the forecast. And then by Monday of next week, I'm watching another storm system that is likely going to bring rain to the area. The mild temperature pattern will still be in place at that point. So we are talking about just rainfall and not snowfall for the Ozarks. Around the country, what's happening? Well, a whole lot heavy lake effect snow happening for the Great Lakes region. Feet of snow falling downwind of the Great Lakes. So an incredibly wintry weekend happening there. We've also got heavy coastal rain and some heavy mountain snow for portions of Northern California into Sierra Nevada. And while all of that is going on, there are sub-zero temperatures showing up in the Northern Plains and the upper Mississippi Valley for the next couple of mornings. So really cold temperatures for our friends up in the northern tier of the country. Thankfully, we have the much more mild pattern here in the Ozarks. It's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. And it was a true or false question that I had for you yesterday. True or false, Santa Claus is based on a real person. Many of you guessing this one correctly. A, true. Yes, it is true. The legend of Santa Claus is based on the real life person of St. Nicholas. Of course, we have many folks that celebrate St. Nick's Day here as well. St. Nicholas, born around 280 AD in what is now modern day Turkey. He was known for his kindness and generosity and for helping the sick and the poor. He was also known for secretly giving gold to the needy and for rescuing 3 girls from prostitution. Famous St. Nicholas. He is also known as Kris Kringle and often Noel Baba as well. The name origin Santa Claus is thought to come from the Dutch nickname for St. Nicholas, which is Sinterklaas. I think I'm saying that right. So very interesting. It is a real man, St. Nicholas, and we all want to be more like him for his kindness and generosity, especially this time of year. Nice to remember those things. All right, here is the question that I'll leave you with for Monday morning. The song Jingle Bells was originally written to celebrate which holiday? Do you think it is A, Easter, B, Thanksgiving, C, Christmas, or D, New Year's Day? You can let me know your guess. That's on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, or aroundtheozarks.com, rather, I should say. Thank you so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather this morning with me. Thanks for joining me this week, too. As we get closer to Christmas, I'll be detailing that holiday forecast. And next week, it's all about holiday travel. So if you are heading somewhere, staying in the region, going by car or flying by plane, I will have the travel forecast for you Monday morning of next week. I look forward to chatting with you then. In the meantime, have a great day. Highs of 51 degrees today in Springfield under cloudy skies. Rain returns tonight, but I think it wraps up by midday on Saturday, and the rest of the weekend will be dry and mild. We'll talk again Monday morning.